drove into Richmond, Virginia this morning, and I've driven downtown basically, a place called Choco Bottom, to the canals. These are the original canals. They were closed or derelict or abandoned, or however you want to say it, for many, many years. Then in the late 80s and early 90s, they started redoing them so Richmond would have an attraction on the waterfront. I'm at the very lowest part where the old ship lock is. You can also probably hear the train system behind me. I'm going to try a little magnet fishing down here. Couldn't find anything that said it was against the rules or anything of that nature, but you never know. Anyway, I'm going to give it a shot, and I'll get back to you once I've got going. Moving to somewhere else, it's not safe. Alright folks, still here, still going to do some more magnet fishing, but I didn't feel entirely safe. So, stopped the fishing for a little bit so I can lock up my camera and everything. And we're going to take a little tour. Now, if you ever decide to visit Richmond, Virginia, you should. It's very pretty. It has a load of history. But don't ever let anyone tell you that it's completely safe, because it's not. Like where I am now, the Great Shiplock Park. It is very nice. It's changed dramatically in the past, say, 15 years. But anyone that tells you it is safe, or they, one of those people say, oh yeah, it's safe, it's perfectly okay, they're delusional. They're either delusional hippies, or excuse me, delusional hipsters, or delusional yuppies. It is not. I suggest you come down here with more than one person, and always keep your head on a swivel. Let's start with a little history here. I'll let y'all read that. This was the Confederate Navy Yard. Sorry for the bad camera work. And next sign over. Just down from here was Rocket's Landing. And there's something over here. Let's check it out. Oh, there you go. Virginia flag and the Richmond flag. Or the new, or newish Richmond flag, which I don't like nearly as much as the old one. Just doesn't look as good. Purely aesthetic. What do we have here? Ah, here we go. Historic Civil Engineering Landmark. The Kanawha Canal. And yes, that's how it's pronounced. Kanawha. You can see a little bit of the city. The old Lucky Strike building. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Lucky Strike cigarettes. That's where they came from. Now, they did save the facade, but as is typical with today's developers, they didn't really save it. The inside was completely gutted and redone. I'm happy they saved the facade, but they should have saved the whole thing. It's a historically important building, and now it's ruined, and there's no way to get it back. Anyway, that's enough negativity on my part. Here to have a good time. I'm going to have a coffin nail and then see you about some more magnet fishing. Get back to you. Alright, y'all. I think it's a little safer up here, just a little bit farther up. Plus, all I was getting down there was mud. I bet they clean it. So let's check this out. Right here by this old railroad crossing, which actually is still in use. Got some iron or something. Ah, old steel cable. Well, that train was loud as hell. Check it out. Big ass old bolt. I figured I'd get stuff over here near the tracks. All kinds of little pieces too. Yuck. Nasty, nasty. Big railroad spike. Sweet. Crap, where'd the other thing go? Oh, there it is. Alright, I had to cut the power save off on the camera, so here we go again. And another spike. Sweet. Phew, does it smell? And another one. Guess that's the top of a bolt too. Cast in a few more times here and then move down a little. I mean, the bottom is covered with iron and steel, which I knew that being close to the railroad tracks, because it's fun to get anything. But a few more casts here and then we'll move down some, see if we get something different.
Hey folks, welcome to the roundup. I always feel like I'm on rawhide when I say that. Head them out, move them in, head them out. Anyway, alright. Well, I did, every time I go to the river, a magnet gets stuck. And I had to go in for it again. And not only was it freezing cold, but I'm in public. Luckily no one was around because I had to strip down to my undies and go into the daggone water. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to go to the river anymore. So, we have remains of a big old bolt. Pretty sure that is too, but it's still covered in corrosion and stuff. I'll have to get that cleaned up somehow. One big square nut, still covered in corrosion. I think this might be a punch. Not real sure. Remains of 2 bolts. 7 railroad spikes. And I dig that. Well, a lot of my family worked for Norfolk and Western when they were still around. Yeah, I like the railroad spikes. This one's in great shape. This thing, I really thought it was going to be a big bolt, but it looks like it's a bent drill bit. If you look, you can see the edges where it drill in. This, I don't know what it is. I'd like to think it's a track change switch. Can't think of the name of it right now. I don't know. Still corroded too. Have to get cleaned up. And this, the remains of a knife, as you can see. Hopefully that wasn't used for anything bad. So that's it for this one. Everybody, good luck and happy hunting. Be nice to each other. And stay metal. Hey folks, okay, we're at the roundup. I always feel like I'm on rawhide with that, say that. Damn it.